Hello again. Something a bit different. I think I've done so many videos, all car related. I think I've done a bit about a sauna and a koi pond that I did at my own house in the decking. But all the other videos are about cars. I'm not a mechanic. I don't, that's not my job. I just do that as a hobby. What my job is, I'm a carpenter. So, well, I do more than carpentry, I do all sorts. So I thought I'd do a video a day at work. I work for myself. I'm self-employed, I've got my own company going, but I do a lot of work for the people who own these properties. There's 14 properties all in a row. It's a crescent, and I have been doing a lot of work here for quite some time. What normally happens is people move out of one of the properties. They're old Victorian properties, so some of them are quite tired. Once the people move out, I move in, we put new kitchen, redecorate, patch up the windows, thermal board it, put pressurised hot water cylinder in, and just make it a bit more modern. So, as you can see from here, the ceilings are huge. They're big rooms, and to heat them all, there's a lot of glass. So we'd end up putting, you're not allowed to touch the windows because they're all listed, so we'd put secondary glazing on those just to make them thermally efficient. Change the radiators, those storage ones, I'm not a fan. Would put modern, clever electric, the gel gas ones that are more efficient. There's some secondary glazing from this window. Yeah, a bit weird because they open horizontally and they were open vertically. It makes cleaning them a bit of an issue. Anyway, I've done another video explaining what I'm doing, and I just thought I'd give it a go. I might do another channel and do carpentry on that one and stick with the car on the other one, because there's a bit of a crossover, and I'm sure people who are into cars probably aren't interested in what I do during the day. So yeah, we'll see what you think anyway, let me know. And we'll see about, because I'm doing this every day, I probably would have a lot more content, and some of the stuff is quite interesting. Well, I find it, that's what I do though. Right, watch it and let me know what you think. All right, so we're working today, right at the end, the last one, number 14. We'll get inside and I'll show you what's going. They're all pretty similar. Some have been renovated, some haven't. Right, let's get in there. Right, I've got nice townscape views. It's right on the town. This bathroom, it's smaller than all the rest. There's no house adjoining it to the other side. They sort of, I think they've got to the end of the road, and that's the only space they had. So the idea being, I've got to pull the bath, loo and sink out, thermal board the ceiling and external walls, and fit a new bath, because this one, I think it's damaged. Actually, I think it's got a chip in it, yeah. It's an old cast bath, there's not one there. So I might as well put a new one in. I think we're keeping the sink. I'm not a plumber, I don't know how I get involved with these jobs. But yeah, I'm a carpenter. I'd much rather be doing carpentry. Got my pipe cutters. I'll show you what else we're doing here. It's a 4-storey property with a flat on the bottom. I'll just give you a quick look around. I mean, they're beautiful. They've got tall windows, tall ceilings, massive doors, dividing doors. It's like dining room, lounge. Kitchen's a bit small for the size of the house. You get a garden. This one's been empty for a bit, so it's a bit overrun. Lime render, so we're not allowed to touch that. It's got to be done specially with lime, touch up with lime render. I've got to put a hole through the wall and bring a soil waste pipe down. So I've got to kango the floor up, not a carpentry job. Nice, it's just got character, it's nice, it's a huge window, this one. But obviously, if you'll see upstairs, they're just a bit tired. Some of them have been renovated and they're really nice. These ones, it's the end of the building's solid wall. It all benefit from thermal boarding, which is what we normally do when people move out. But because this one isn't too bad, I think it's just getting decorated and new people are moving in. Right. But a house of this size with 3, 4, 5 bedrooms has only got 1 bathroom. Right, so this is a bedroom that's staying the same. And the bedroom next door, we've got a bit of a bedroom issue. This is getting converted into a bathroom, which we've done a couple now. It's a bit of height up here. That's our Mora Crescent. Yeah, so we're having a shower in this corner. I think the loo's going there. We've got to get the waste pipe, the soil waste, into the eaves area, bring it along. So it'll come out. This will be pipe work from the tank upstairs. So we'll open that up. We'll have to put a boxing in here for the pipe. Bring the pipe out the wall around here somewhere, which it's a Victorian property. You're going to drill a 110mm hole through there. It's going to blow it to pieces. We've got to be very careful. These floorboards are really squeaky as well. It wasn't really the floorboard. Anyway, yes, we've got to get the soil vent pipe out there. We can tap into the hot and cold that are there. I'm not sure where the hot water cylinder is in this one. Yeah, so that's my job basically, to get that out and get stuff in. So I'll show you downstairs where the sort of vent pipe's going into the ground. Right, we found the hot water cylinder in the kitchen. So I've just turned this tap to stop the water coming in. I've turned everything off, and yeah, that should stop the water coming out. I did actually turn it off outside the property. There's a stop clock on the pavement, but water was still weeping in. I've taken the sink out, I'm doing the bath, getting the loo out. So I'm doing it similar to a plumber would do it, but without smashing everything up, because they are quite ruthless. I don't know if we're going to reuse the loo, definitely not using the bath, but I'll try and be careful with it anyway, and just in case. Right, I've got to disconnect the pipes to the bath. I've found you can get special clamps. These are Tech-type fittings. There's like a plastic seal, plastic rim there, which you have to push into the fitting and it will release the grip on the pipe. So I found the easiest way is to get some adjustable spanners, close them so they tighten the pipe, put them close to the fitting and tap it with a hammer, and it just knocks them off, but I'll have to tap it that way. Obviously it doesn't matter what happens above from here onwards, but I don't want to damage anything down here under the floor, because it'll just get more involved. You can see there's a lot of the walls being cut out for the pipe work to come in, so there's probably best to seal that up and stop any drafts or anything getting through there. Yeah, once I've done that, there's a massive thick amount of silicone which I have to try and cut through, and then I should be able to disconnect the waste pipe, which will just be unscrewing. I'll do it from there, and then hopefully keep the water in the trap, and I should be able to pull the bath out in. And once that's out, I'll be able to get more access to the loo. There was 2 screws holding the bath panel on here that were like 70mm screws. There was no chance of getting a screwdriver in there. But that's plumbers for you, innit? They'll screw that on, then put the loo in, not think about it. Not all plumbers are like that. Just the ones that do the work here seem to be. Right, let's get this out. That's the bath removed. You're always going to get a bit of water comes out of it, and the pipes. So what I tend to do is mop it up, get rid of it before. We're summer now, so it's not a problem. Now these tiles were broken and repaired with silicone previously, and you can see why. There's no grip on what they were fixed to, so you can hear they're all loose. These are going to fall off. They're all coming off. Yeah, there's nothing holding them on. They're just going to pop off. So they're all coming off because we're going to thermal board the wall. This being an external wall. Ideally, I like to put battens on the wall, DPC on the wall, put battens on, so any moisture that comes through the wall won't get carried through to the timber. But we're a bit restricted on width here. So the thermal board's 27mm, so we're going to lose that. So it might just have to go straight onto the wall. Ceiling's not a problem. We're going to pull all the timber down and then put thermal board on there. It should make it a bit cosier, a bit nicer. Right, now for the loose come out, I've removed one of the brass screws that side, but the one on the other side is not playing the game at all. The other things out the back are gone. The isolating valve, access to the top of it is a bit restricted. So we'll get there, a bit more fiddling about. What I'm going to do now is take the tiles off the wall and floor. I think I've got more chance of getting the loo out without damaging it with the tiles gone. I'm going to use the little Kango. They'll fall off, these will. Then I can bag them and get rid of them. Get them out of the way. I'm not going to go on about plumbers anymore, because I know they've got a lot on their minds. They've got like big decisions to make, such as what type of new van to get, what colour, and what spec wheels they're going to put on it. So I can see they've got a lot going through their minds. They're not having to worry about messing sites and things like that, water everywhere and just damaging stuff as they're pulling it out. So you've got to sort of give them a bit of respect. Right, here we go. What I'll do, I haven't got a tripod or anything. I'll try and put the camera somewhere on time lapse. So if you're tired, this will help you sleep. Right, I got a bit carried away and have just got stuck into it really. So the full ceiling was just some sort of TGV, very thin. I was expecting to see it covering up damp patches, but it doesn't look too bad up there. Looks dry, so that indicates it's got a flat roof above it. I'd say that's all right. Idea is I'm putting thermal board up now. I've just disconnected the lights. I'm waiting for the electrician to come, but he's really busy. So everything was just unscrewed. I've just got to cut the boring off him here, and he can sort it out. So now I'm gonna have a clear out, get this out. I took the tiles up, took the ply up under the tiles, pulled the loo out, and I basically want to get everything out of here, and then get the thermal board on the walls and the ceiling. Yeah, and then we're going to get that plastered. So better job, makes it a bit further as well, rather than dry lining it. And once that's done, we can put everything back in, and that'll be this one finished. So yeah, all right, give it a clean out now. Yeah, there was these ornamental things on the wall, which weren't very nice. But this shows what's inside the wall. There's a big lump of granite there. Very old, flaky plaster from back in the day. That's probably donkeys old. And you can see the whole wall is going to be like that. If you play about with it, it's just we're going to end up with half a ton of rubble on the floor. So what I'll probably do is use a universal mixed plaster and plaster over that, just to make it flat again. Fill those holes, and then hopefully nothing has to go on this wall. We're going to take, well, I'll leave that for the electrician. He can take that out and they'll put a modern heater in there. Right, I've just had a site visit with the owners of the property, and we had a quick walk round. We had a bit of there's evidence of damp in the corner here. So the skirting is, I don't know what's happened there, but funny angles on it. So what I think we're going to do is build out the architrave and put some 27mm thermal board just in between these two windows and these two windows. So that will help the thermal efficiency, and hopefully it's not going to be too damp. We don't want any damp coming through. Normally we'd put battens on the wall and put thermal board on, but we can bring it out, and technically you should have 65mm thermal board on the wall for the insulation, but as it's got no insulation, my thoughts are 27mm insulation is going to be so much better than no insulation. And we also have something going on here. Don't know if it's past or present. There's no evidence of cracking or anything on the outside. The windows, this one's not too bad actually. Some of them are a lot worse, but this one's, it's all there. I can't see where water's getting in. So we're going to put a bit of thermal board over that as well, just to make it a nice fresh area to decorate, and then it's not going to look so bad as that. We've had the building inspectors been round. We've had a look at the drainage down there. So basically I'm going to put a dig up here and put a channel into the drain. But I've got to get the plumber out and see which way he wants to do it. So yeah, it's this is day 2. We didn't really get much done on day 1. Right, we're putting the thermal board on the ceiling now. So what I've done is I've marked the distance from the wall to the joists that hold the board, and I've taken a picture, because obviously this is going to get thermal board as well, just so the electrician knows where the timbers are and where the cables are for his lights. So when he drills a hole, he'll know where to get the lights from. The 2x1 structure holding the timber roof up wasn't really substantial enough, so I've put some 2x2 and wedged it in. That's nice and tight, that is. And I'll put a little bit of a brace above the top of it, just to give it a bit of reinforcement, to give it a bit more strength. It's an old building, so we've got not a very good fit here. I know we're getting thermal board up the wall that should cover the gap, but I'd rather not have a gap there. So I don't know if I can show what I've done with one hand. Just to mark it, to get the scribe, I used a bit of offcut from the timber that I was cutting for the ceiling, and you just follow the line of the wall. I'll cut that, I'll take it down, cut it, put it up, it should be nice and tight. Just all helps, no gaps for thermal. These were the 2 offcuts I had left after the 2.4 metre lengths of 2x2, or 50x50, which works out quite well, less waste. Right, so I'll trim that down and then stick it up. That's the ceiling up. So my next job is I'm cleaning down the wall, making sure there's no high bits. I mean, these little bits don't matter as long as they're fixed. So I'm just going to go over it and make sure get as much off as I can and get the bits of wallpaper off that are left on it. I can't stick to wallpaper. And then I'm going to mix up some drywall adhesive and start gluing the panels to the wall. That's the first board on. It's been dot and dabbed. We've got the wall-board adhesive. So that one's to the floor. I'll leave that for now. But the next one I'll put to the ceiling. I'll pack it up from the bottom. That's a full 2.4 metres. So we're a bit higher here with the ceiling. Well, originally it was much higher. So I'll put the next one up to the top. And then there's just going to be a slither. And I've still got to put that bit in yet as well. The other problem we've got is the original wall. We're so far out of level. That's how far out we are on the metre level. So I can move it a little bit, but we're still way out. But what can I do? I can't pack it out. 50 mil at the bottom. Alright, I've put the top piece into there. I've got to wait for the electrician to sort that bit out. Put his wires through on. I'm not getting involved in electrics. This end bit isn't fitted yet. It's just resting there, and I'm running out of daylight. Obviously, we've got no lights in here at the moment, so I've unplugged them all. This bit's not fitted. I just need to cut a little bit for the top, cut a bit for that top, and then do a bit down the side, fill in that gap. And then the reveals on this, I'll just do that at 3/8 board, not thermal board. Yes, I'll mix up another bucket. That should probably be enough to get those glued on, but I'm not going to do that till the morning. So, which will give these time to go off one of the mats. But yeah, it looks better already. Looks a bit tidier, flatter. Hopefully it'll all be done tomorrow. Apart from that bit, I don't know what to do about the plasterer if the electrician can't make it beforehand. I'll see, it's going to take him 2 minutes. He's always around here, so I'll get him to do a bit. Right, that's the end of day 2. Right, that's the whole room thermal boarded now, apart from that bit there. So I've cut the piece. The electrician's coming, he's on his way, he's going to disconnect those, and I suppose we'll just poke the wires through, and the plasterer can plaster it all. I've brought this piece up. It was sloping before, so I'll just put a wooden sill on there, so at least you've got a bit of storage and make it a bit more practical. Yeah, that's it. It's ready for the plasterer to come now. Plaster it, and once that is done, I can fit the new bath, loo and sink back in. So I think we'll wrap it up there. I have been involved with working upstairs, but I'll do a video on that later, where we're sorting the new loo out. But yeah, let me know if it's this sort of thing we can do, or if I should do another channel, or I'm at work, so it's no hassle to make do a video. And it's not all work like this. There's a variety of jobs that I do. I do sort of everything, and some of it is quite interesting, and there's a big variety of scope of works that I do carry out. So thanks for watching if you made it this far, and see you next time.